Ever stared at a Quordle board feeling just completely stuck? Yeah, you're not alone. But today, we're going to do more than just play. We're going to break down a system to help you conquer it every single time.
So you look at this, and at first glance, it seems so familiar. You've got your green, your yellow, your gray tiles. It's just like Wordle, right? But see, Quordle doesn't just add to the challenge. It multiplies it. You're not just playing one game, you're juggling 4 at once. And that's where all the chaos kicks in.
And let's be honest, we've all felt this, haven't we? You get that amazing burst of pride from cracking that first word, and then you watch in horror as your guesses just evaporate, and you're left with 3 unsolved grids just staring back at you. If that sounds familiar, you are in exactly the right place.
So, if we're going to beat this 4-headed dragon, we first have to understand what we're really up against. Because this is so much more than just a harder version of Wordle. It's a completely different kind of challenge.
Here's the whole game in one sentence. You're solving 4 words at once, and every single guess you make shows up on all 4 grids. That right there is the fundamental rule that changes everything. This isn't 4 separate games of Wordle. It's one massive, interconnected puzzle.
And this slide really nails the huge strategic shift you have to make. You know, Wordle is a depth-first game. You can get tunnel vision, pouring all your energy into that one puzzle. But Quordle, it forces you to play breadth first. You have to manage all 4 boards at the same time, which turns every single one of your guesses into a precious, limited resource.
Okay, so we're managing 4 boards at once. Got it. The next crucial piece of the puzzle is really understanding the feedback the game gives you, because there's one specific little detail here that trips up almost everybody.
We all know the basics, right? Green is good, yellow is close, gray is out. Simple enough. It works exactly like it does in Wordle. But the key phrase here, the one you really need to hear, is in that specific word. And this is what leads to the biggest point of confusion. You type in a word with an S, for example, and you see it pop up yellow in the top left grid, but then it's gray in the bottom right. So what does that mean? Is the letter in the puzzle or isn't it? Here's the answer. That keyboard at the bottom of the screen, it's not a universal truth. It's more like a summary. The real information, the truth, is on the grids themselves. A letter can be in one word and be totally absent from another. The takeaway is simple, but it is so important. Trust the grids, not just the keyboard.
Okay, with that foundation in place, let's actually build the system. This is what's going to take you from just random guesswork to a repeatable, solid strategy you can use every single time you play.
So here it is, a 5-step process. Step 1, you start with coverage. Your first guess isn't about being clever. It's about gathering as much info as possible. Step 2, you complement that guess with a second word, using completely new letters. From there, Step 3, you sort the boards. Figure out which ones are close to being solved and which aren't. Then, Step 4, you narrow your options by using all those grayed-out letters to your advantage. And only at the very end do you take a targeted gamble to solve a specific word.
And to put that into practice, here are 2 really powerful opening combinations. Set A with audio and stare is amazing for knocking out almost all the vowels and top consonants right away. Set B is a more balanced attack. The goal here isn't to get lucky, it's to strategically eliminate a huge portion of the alphabet in your first 2 moves. That's what gives you a clear path forward.
Now, even with a great strategy, there's one pitfall, one single mistake that causes more losses than any other. So let's isolate it so you can avoid it.
Think about your last few games. Where did you lose control? What was that one move that you immediately regretted? I'd bet it almost always comes down to one specific type of guess.
This is it. This is the absolute game killer, getting tunnel vision. You see one word that's almost solved, you get excited, and you burn a precious guess just to solve that single grid. The problem? That guess gave you 0 new information for the other 3 boards. It is a massive waste of an opportunity. So here's a simple rule to live by. For your first few guesses, make sure the word you pick has the potential to give you information on at least 2 of the unsolved grids. You have to resist that urge to solve just one board, unless it's practically handed to you, like with 4 green letters. Otherwise, keep fishing for information across all the grids. Patience and information gathering are your best weapons here. All right, you have the theory, you have the strategy. Now, let's make it a habit. Here's a simple plan to turn all these ideas into second nature. Don't just watch this, put it into practice with this simple 1-week plan. On day 1, test those starter words we talked about.
Day 3 is crucial. You're going to consciously practice resisting that urge to solve one grid too early. By the end of the week, you'll be reviewing your own games and spotting your own patterns. This is how you stop wasting guesses and start winning, consistently.
So, when it all comes down to it, Quordle isn't a game of luck. It's not even really a game of vocabulary. It's a game of strategy. It's about having a system, managing your 9 guesses wisely, and avoiding that one critical mistake. Now you have the system. The only question is, are you ready to win?